Before Wi-Fi, before mobile phones, the world believed distance was a limit, a vast, unconquerable barrier that separated continents and people. Then, one invisible signal proved everyone wrong, forever shrinking our planet. On this day, January 12, 1908, the first long-distance wireless radio message was sent from the top of the Eiffel Tower, heralding the dawn of a new era of global communication. Welcome to Timeshift Tech. Today, we re-journey back to a pivotal moment that laid the groundwork for the interconnected world we live in. Let's explore the story behind that groundbreaking transmission on January 12, 1908. To truly appreciate the significance of this event, we have to understand the world at the turn of the 20th century. Communication was slow and bound by physical infrastructure. Telegraph messages, the fastest form of long-distance communication, relied on a massive, expensive network of undersea and overland cables. A message from Paris to New York had to travel through thousands of miles of physical wire. The idea of sending a message through the air across the Atlantic seemed like something out of a science fiction novel. But visionaries like Guglielmo Marconi were already proving that wireless telegraphy was possible. By the early 1900s, Marconi had successfully sent signals across the English Channel and even the Atlantic Ocean, but these were often experimental and not yet part of a regular, reliable service. The technology was still in its infancy, and many remained skeptical of its practical applications, especially for public use. Enter Lee DeForest, an American inventor who called himself the father of radio. DeForest was a brilliant but often controversial figure, locked in a fierce rivalry with Marconi and other inventors of the era. He was a relentless promoter and innovator, and his most significant contribution was the Audion tube, a three-element vacuum tube he patented in 1907. This device could amplify weak radio signals, a revolutionary development that was crucial for making long-distance radio communication practical. It was the key that unlocked the potential of radio, turning it from a curiosity into a powerful tool. By 1908, the Eiffel Tower was already a landmark, but its future was uncertain. It was originally built as a temporary structure for the 1889 World's Fair, and its permit was set to expire in 1909. After which it was scheduled to be dismantled. The city of Paris saw it as an eyesore, but the tower's height made it an ideal antenna, a fact not lost on the French military and scientists like Gustave Eiffel himself, who desperately wanted to find a permanent, practical use for his creation to save it from demolition. This is where our two stories converge: Lee DeForest with his powerful new Audion tube, and the Eiffel Tower, a structure in search of a purpose. The French government, recognizing the military potential of wireless communication, granted DeForest permission to install a powerful transmitter at the top of the tower. This wasn't just any antenna. It was one of the most powerful and prominent in the world. So, on January 12, 1908, history was made. From his station atop the Eiffel Tower, Lee DeForest broadcast a series of messages. He wasn't just sending simple dots and dashes. He was broadcasting music from a phonograph and even his own voice, demonstrating the potential for radio to transmit not just code, but sound. These signals were picked up by French military stations over 500 miles away, a staggering distance at the time. This wasn't a simple test. It was a public demonstration of a powerful new technology. The message itself was a mix of practical tests and showmanship. DeForest transmitted news, music, and greetings. One of the most significant aspects of this broadcast was its intent. It was one of the first regular, scheduled public radio broadcasts in history. DeForest aimed to show that radio could be a medium for entertainment and information for the masses, not just a tool for point-to-point military or commercial messaging. He was broadcasting to anyone who might be listening, envisioning a future where every home could have a radio receiver. The impact was immediate and profound. While the general public might not have grasped the full technical implications, scientists, engineers, and military leaders around the world took notice. The successful transmission from the Eiffel Tower proved two critical things. First, that long-distance, reliable wireless communication was not just a possibility, but a reality. Second, It demonstrated the strategic value of high-altitude antennas, securing the Eiffel Tower's future. The French military realized the tower was an invaluable asset for national defense, and all talks of dismantling it ceased. Radio had saved the Eiffel Tower. This event catalyzed a rapid acceleration in radio technology. De Forest's Audion tube became the cornerstone of the electronics industry for the next half-century, paving the way for radio broadcasting, long-distance telephone calls, television, and even the first computers. His broadcast was a hello world moment for the age of mass media. It planted the seed for the radio networks that would dominate the 20th century, bringing news, music, and entertainment into the homes of millions and uniting people across vast distances. It's fascinating to think about the chain reaction that started on that day. The signal sent from the Eiffel Tower was more than just electromagnetic waves. It was a signal of change. It was a message that said the world was getting smaller, that information could travel at the speed of light, unbound by wires and oceans. It challenged the very concept of distance. Within a decade of De Forest's broadcast, RADIO would play a crucial role in World War I for communication and coordination. By the 1920s, commercial radio broadcasting exploded, creating a new industry and a new form of popular culture. The technology continued to evolve, leading to FM radio, television, satellites, and eventually, the wireless networks that power our smartphones and connect us to the internet today. Every time you connect to Wi-Fi, make a cell phone call, or listen to a streaming service, you are experiencing the legacy of that January day in 1908. It all traces back to the ambition of inventors, like Louis de Forest and the happy coincidence of a metal tower in Paris needing a reason to exist. That single event pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible and set in motion the communication revolution that defines our modern world. It reminds us that innovation is often a combination of brilliant ideas, fierce competition, and sometimes a little bit of luck and showmanship. The story of January 12, 1908 is a perfect example of how one technological leap can have ripples that change society in ways the original inventor could have never fully imagined. This is Time Shift Tech, where we explore what happened in technology on this day. Because every date matters and every date marks a moment in technology history, if you found this journey into the past as fascinating as I did, hit that like button, subscribe to Time Shift Tech, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next trip through tech history. Thanks for watching.